Okay guys, Jess Fran here again, doing a bit of a weekly review. This week's going to be a bit different. I've had problems getting access to all the LT charts, so I've decided to do basically mostly on the these 15 minutes signals, guys. This week there's quite a lot to get through, as usual, but even more so this week. I'm going to sort pressure out as well, and a couple of other bits and bats that one or two members have asked me about. Okay, so first of all, I just want to make sure that you all know that when you come in the room, to synchronize your clock. I'm not sure how you do it on any other I use Windows 7, guys, so basically this is how you do it on Windows 7. If you right click on, you can see what it says always on top. Okay, that keeps your clock above whatever page you're on. Alright, what you want to do is make sure that your second hand is as close to MTs as possible. Obviously it's not going to work now, because this is a still shot of MT's clock. Okay, but this is how you do it. In the right hand corner, change date and time, internet time, change settings, and then you'll see a drop down list here, and what you do is you go through them and find which one is gets you closest to MT's clock. If you're a couple of seconds in front, don't worry too much, that's good. Okay, and then you just click update now and it will tell you that the clock's synchronized. Okay, right, that's that done. Right, I need to just explain a little thing about the DX, just for any newbies that are in the room. I asked Julian to do a bit when he was on Thursday, and he did okay about it, but I just need to make people understand what the DX is. Well, these two boxes here are the DX. Okay, and basically they are the USD. There is a reason why we use USD based pairs in here, and that's because we have the DX. Okay, the dollar, by the way, is the boss. It is the strongest currency in world markets, so this is why on certain days you'll see all four pairs reacting. The dollar's been strong this week, so you've seen the GU and the EU going down and the UJ and the UCAD going up. Okay, yeah, so that's basically it. One last thing on momentum. This is what we mean by flashing momentum. Okay, again, there only one, but still, and as you can see, when these flash, the move happens. Okay, right, let's move on a bit then. Right, what did I want to first point? Oh yeah, right. The first, I'm going to work from back to front here, guys, because people are saying, when should you get out? You see certain signals, 15-minute signals, and then they disappear. I know GG's mentioned it. Sometimes they flash and they disappear and that. Right, well, okay, I'll give you a couple of examples of trade exits, alright, from this particular chart. If you look at the UJ here, we've had these signals here going up, and then this 15-minute signal's appeared here. Right, now some people say, well, that's my exit straight away, but in my opinion, what you should do with these signals, right, and one of the easiest ways to see if they are going to stick or if they're going to disappear, is look on the chart above, on the 5-minute chart, and just see where price is. I mean, if you'd have got out, this was that signal there. Okay, if you'd have got out, you'd have missed this. You'd have missed out on that. Okay, but so what I suggest is, if you watch the 5-minute orange line when a 15-minute against your trade appears, and if that line isn't pierced, okay, then stay in until that line is pierced and it starts coming down. That could be your exit strategy. Another example of it, this move on the UCAD, down to here was 60 odd pips, down to this signal here behind the bubble, 60 odd pips. Okay, but you can see there was a 15-minute signal turned up here. Okay, now if you'd have got out there, you were missing out on, I don't know, 20-25 pips maybe. okay, because it carried on going down, right? But if you look here at this 15 minute, now correlate that with what it did on the 5 minute chart, and this was it here, look, it did nothing, it just went sideways for like 20-25 minutes before woomph, a really big drop again. You see it? So again, just wait until you pierce this orange line, and again, if you can see there, you've pierced the orange line, and even then it's come back down again. But I mean, that would have been my exit. I'd have said, right, I'm getting out there as soon as that touches that line. In fact, again, you've got to take into context the strength of the signals. If you've got a red yellow there, as you have on the 15 minute, and a red yellow there on the 5 minute, you might as well just get out, because they are quite strong signals. Okay, so that, I hope that will give people some way of looking at how to exit strategies. Okay, now I said I'd help Prisha out. She seems to have been struggling a bit, so I want to just put pressure on the right track with these signals. First of all, I'm going to explain the trade where she lost, and it got her in a bit of a panic, and it was, I think it was this one here. It was either this one or this one, but I'm pretty sure it was this one here, judging the I think it was this one. And basically we were waiting for a 1 hour up. We did get a 1 hour up, okay, at some point, but basically all it did was it come up here to this yellow line and then reacted and went back down again. Okay, the first thing, Prisha, is if you're unsure, right, then just stick to the trending kind of signals. Okay, basically if you look at the 1 hour, we were trading below the orange line, so that on the 1 hour is plus you've got this big signal here correlating with this here, on the 4 hours, so you should really have been taking that down. And I know I said I was in that up to the upside, and I was, but I was out as soon as it turned on me. So if we're trading below the orange line on the 1 hours, and we certainly were on the 4 hours, because that red yellow there with the blue as well just took it right down, then maybe just look for the 15-minute signals to the downside. If at some point you'd have taken that one, I know it come back up here, but if you'd have taken that one, and still been in till here, you'd have won, or even to here, it'd have won. Okay, I'll give you, I know that was your trade, but I'll give you an example of what I mean on one of the other pairs. If you look at the GU 1 hours and 4 hours, right, this is downtrending, that's downtrending, even the daily's downtrending. Okay, these weeklies are trend makers. Although the weekly chart is still trending up, that signal is a trend maker, right, because it's created the downtrend on the daily, it's created a downtrend on the 4 hour, and it's created the downtrend on the 1 hour. However, the one thing that the GU has in its favour is a strong 1 hour and 4 hour setup. Okay, you've got correlating arrows, and one of them's on the current candle. Okay, so let's have a look at that. Could we have gone up with these signals? Yes, there was one up there that went, I think it was about 20 pips, and that probably did a little bit more, maybe 20 pips as well. Okay, now then, would we have taken this signal down with the trend? Some people will, and would have got some pips out of it. I would have considered that just a retest. You've gone up, and you're retesting the orange line, and then you're going back up again. And the reason that's a retest, again, comes down to this. This 1 and 4 hour setup. Alright? Okay, so again, looking at the strength of signals, look at the EU signal here, this small red signal here, and go and look at the 1 and 4 hour setup. Red pink, even a red pink and a blue on the daily. So it was a strong setup, and that, I think that went 20 odd pips that move there. So again, really good. Just to highlight again on the UJ, look, you've got red pinks on 1 and 4 hours. Okay, and look, 15-minute signal there, doesn't give much to UJ, but I mean, to be honest with you, if you've got in with that one down to here, you might have got 20 odd pips. How's it going a bit more? Yeah, actually they got 50 if you was in from that. But anyway, the point is that, you know, if you've got a really strong setup on the 1-4s, then go in that direction. Okay. When does it change? Right. Okay. Let's have a look at the next one. This is for you, Prisha. I want you to, you know, try and understand perhaps where you're going wrong, and we'll try and get you on the right track. Okay. So you've had this GU move, and then you get this 15-minute red. Now, is that red a viable signal? Well, let's look at the 1-4s. Right. You're touching the orange line on the 1 hour, plus you've got a red signal down. Okay, basically, because momentum is still flashing green, it's not yet ready, but it could turn into a trade. Okay, because of the trend and the 1 hour fresh 1 hour signal down, and the fact you've touched the orange line. So there are two you know, points in your favour there, the orange line and the 1 hour down. Okay, add that to the fact you've got 3 things in your favour to take that trade. When it's ready, you need this momentum to flip. Okay, that brings me now to something I just knocked up, guys. Just a 15-minute checklist. Okay, obviously it's going to be on the video now, so you can all view this at your own. Just let me have a brew. View this at your own leisure. Trading is all about the highest probable outcome. There are only 2 choices. Will price go up or will price go down? What we as traders need to do is get the best possible setup. We can do that by using a simple percentage scale. Basically, if we have 2 reasons to take a trade up and only 1 to take the trade down, we have a 66% chance of a successful trade to the upside. Okay, basically what you need to do is get as many things in your favour as possible. Okay, as with this last trade that I was just where was it, this one I think, when it pointed out to Prisha, you have a 15-minute down signal on the BB band on the 15-minute, you have a 1 hour signal down on the orange line on the 1 hour. The one thing against you would be this 4 hour. Okay, so effectively there is a 2-to-1 chance of this trade being successful when these turn red. Okay, yeah, as I say, you can, you know, view this checklist whenever you're ready. Basically I've just put a couple of points there. Do we have a 15-minute signal? Yes. Is this signal with the trend? It is with the trend. If not, then it must have a strong against the trend setup on 1 and 4 hour chart. At least one of these signals must be on the current open candle. Well, you've seen that with the GU going up, you know, the 4 hours on the current open candle. 1 hour red pinks alone, right, are good enough if you have a 15-minute red pink. Okay, so if they're both red pinks, then they'll be good. Trending signals obviously are always better. Is price bouncing off a line? Signals on orange or purple lines are very strong. Right, well, again, looking at the signal here, you're bouncing off a BB band on the 15-minute and you're bouncing off the orange line on there. So again, at the moment you have a 2-to-1 setup in your favour. All you need is momentum. Okay, let's move on to the next chart to show you what happened. Well, there you go, it turned red pink, you got momentum, and down she went. Okay, now look at the 1 hour. Yes, the red's paying off, it's bouncing off the orange line, and also look at the 4 hour, that turned from a red, pink, yellow or whatever it was into a small red. That means that momentum, you know, had turned around. Okay, so that trade was a very good one. You had, you know, everything in your favour once you got momentum, even the fact that the 4 hour, you know, turned from that. So that was 1 point in your favour, 2 points in your favour because you're bouncing off the orange line with a signal, and you had a red pink on the 15-minute off the BB band. 3 points in your favour. Viable winning trade. Okay, Prisha, I hope that helps you on the 15 minutes. think it will do. You know, I'm going to show you now the LTs and where I think you went wrong on those, and then we'll come back to the 15-minute signals again. Okay, this was I have had problems getting chart shots today, guys. There's something on the side that won't backtrack for the rest of the week, so this is why I'm doing a 15-minute and kind of a mixed video this week. Excuse me. Right, the thing you need to do, Prisha, right, is your trades must be, until you are confident enough, your trades must be in the direction of the weeklies. Okay, I'm going to explain that to you now, and you can see this again. If you don't understand the strength of signals, I'll just highlight it now. You look at this red yellow here, right, and look what it's done, okay, against the trend, because the GU trend was up, and that's what it's done against the trend. Now come across here and look at the UCAD. This signal here took it all the way up here, right, but look at what the red did there. Okay, it took it down, it hit the orange, the yellow line there, and then it bounced back up with a trend. Okay, that is the difference in strength. These red pinks, or the red yellow pinks, are really, really strong. To highlight that again, look at the EJ, red yellow pink, look at that, right down. Okay, okay, so basically what you should have done with the GU is, if you'd have seen this as April the 26th AM chart, okay, you've got this red yellow here on the weekly, so you're wanting to take the trade down, not up with the bounce, not up. I know you see this and you think, oh, it might be going up. Forget that. This is the direction you go. Okay, basically what you do is you wait this out, you let it go up a bit and then catch it when it starts to come down. Okay, I'll just show you that on the next chart what I mean. There we go. Right, so what happened was it went up, you can see it there, the wick, it's going up, it's touched the orange or the yellow line there, and then it started coming back down again. Okay, it's still not gone yet, so what you should have done is put a sell stop just below here, below this candle here, right, and then if it does go down, it triggers your trade and you're in the trade to the downside, winning. If it goes up and hasn't triggered your trade, then you're not in the trade. Okay, so have a look at them sell stops and buy stops. Demo it for a while, but you know, even if you did it for small amounts of money, you know, say 10 pence or you know, the smallest currency that is available to you, then you could end up hitting one of these and getting a 200 pip move in a day, and seeing some real money in your account. Okay, I'll just show you exactly what happened on that, by the way. There you go, see, just below that candle it just kicked in and shot down, and that's because of that. Alright, this basically, once you'd had the move, was just a pullback, a retest. It's just gone, oh, just retest that level, I'm tired, and then it's gone again. Okay, Prisha, I hope that I've answered your questions there, and as I say, you can always just ask the MTs. We will give you help. Perhaps not all the time, because we kind of need to trade, as some members seem to forget quite often, not mentioning any names. Okay, so the checklist is there. If you want, you could print this off and just put it next to your computer when you're trading, and just look at it every time and say, have I got at least 2 of the 3 main points in my favour? How many points can I get in my favour? Is this a viable trade? And then take it. The 15-minute signals, they don't always react straight away, so you do have time, to analyse the actual trade. Okay, Prisha, I hope that's been helpful for you, and I want to see some results next week as well. I'll be coming on Tuesday as well, so perhaps do a few trades on Tuesday with you. Okay, Right, let's get back to the 15-minute signals then, guys. Again, I just want to mention one thing, that brilliant thing that Julian brought up, guys. Is it on this one, or is it best on this one? Right, it's best on this one. Okay, the one thing I want to mention again is what Julian brought up. Okay, you know he loves his blues, and I'm not going to go into it too much because he's going to do a video and he's got loads of time on his hands. Okay, but basically this is all Julian is saying. This is the 1 hour GU, the 4 hour GU here. You can see blues, right? So basically what Julian's saying is when this candle closes, this one here, okay, he's saying, right, no matter what's happening, this is probably going up still, and it will do, because that was like that, there was no red arrow there yet. Okay, so but what he's saying is he knows it's going to happen. Put a sell stop at the same price as the close of that candle, even though it's still going up. You're not in the trade. Okay, you're not in the trade until it comes down and triggers your sell stop, and it did just that. It came down, triggered his sell stop, and then look at that move down there, right? And you know, as Mercy pointed out, when Mr. Carney came on later on in the day, he made a right balls up of it, didn't he? Because it dropped another 170 to 100 pips. This move, I think, was like 150 pip move, 160 pip move. And you know, with these 15-minute signals, if you're kind of, you know, in with these, I mean, another thing you've got to point out there, guys, just before I go any further, what we had, you had blue trend. They're not basically trending blues, but I would say now that they are, because that for me is a trend maker. Alright, and the daily's trending down, the 4 hours trending down, the 1 hour's trending down. But anyway, right, these blues, look, it's on a 4 hour, it's on the 1 hour, it's on the 15-minute, and you got a 15-minute red, yellow, and that just went and went and went. Okay, these 15-minute signals, guys, really are brilliant. And again, I will look at the EU here. You kind of had a, you know, a really good setup, a weekly 4 hour red pink with it next to a blue, and he had a 1 hour there. Look at, and again, look at that, the 15-minute signal, because it's, and that's trending as well. That just shot down again. I'm not sure, 60-70 pips. Alright, UJ here going up. Excuse me. Again, when just going back to when do you consider getting out? Well, you've gone up here, all the way up here. Look where you are. Could this just be a retest? You know, and then it continues on up. Well, there's every chance, because you look at your blue, your red, pink on the 4 hour. It's got room before it touches the BB band, so it might continue on up. To be honest with you, 3 signals like that, I'd have got out. I know we say about it breaking this orange line, but when you get a blue, then you get a red, then you get a pink like that, there is some downside coming. I kind of think that covers just about everything. I think maybe I did want to mention for Kev Anthony about the retests. I'm not sure where best to show you. Okay, Kev Anthony, right, you did mention about the retests. How do you know what a retest is? Okay, let's look at the GU here. Alright, let's move up here, and then you've got the retest. Why is that just a retest? Right, and this one, which turned out to be a valid trade, in fact, I'll put it on this one. Right, why do I consider this a retest and this not a retest? Okay, right, well, price has gone up with the 1 and 4s. You see, it's gone all the way up here, touched the orange line, right, and then you've got this pullback retest. Okay, there was no 1 hour signal down when this retest took place. Okay, it never appeared. It just bounced off the 1 hour orange line and went down a bit. Okay, so when this started to happen, and then you got this signal again, that I consider safe, because as I say, this 1 hour signal didn't appear, and it was actually on this candle here, and up it went. Alright, when that appeared, this becomes a valid trade. Okay, as I said, I've stated before in the in the checklist. If you want to just print it out and kind of just put it on a card next to your computer. I mean, basically it's so simple. You're just looking for as many reasons as possible to take a trade. Okay, whether it's with the trend or against the trend. Against the trend, 15-minute signals are good if you've got a good setup. As I say, I think when I come on Tuesday, we will do a few. I might, depending on the time, I may come in a bit earlier, and we'll kind of look for some 15-minute signals, and then we'll go through this list again. Do we have a 15-minute signal? Is the signal with the trend or against the trend? Is there a good against the trend setup? Is the price bouncing off a line? An orange or a purple line? And again, if we have all 3 points above, then the trade is a no-brainer, absolute certain winner. Okay, guys, I think that just about covers it. So I'll get back to doing the privets now. Yes.